Today, I want to talk about the government of Kenya, the Kenya Kwanza administration, and why the president and his deputy need to work together. They need to put their heads together for the sake of the stability of the nation. Before I do that, if you're watching this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Philip Etale. Like it and share this video. Now, what is government? Government is a group of people with authority to govern a state or a country. And a group of people are elected and appointed. In government, we can have, if it's a country, state, we have the president, we can have the vice president or the deputy president, cabinet secretaries, in the case of Kenya. In other jurisdictions, in the Commonwealth practice, we call them ministers. We have the principal secretaries, formerly permanent secretaries in the former constitution. And then we have other people in the civil service who help in the day-to-day running of government. The chief executive officer of government is the president here in Kenya. In other jurisdictions, in the parliamentary jurisdictions, we can have the president who is ceremonial. Then you have, as the head of state, then you have the prime minister who has the authority to run the government. And in this case, he or she becomes the head of that government. That's why whenever we have forums, Commonwealth gatherings, or even international meetings, they always say heads of state and government, because among them, there are presidents and also prime ministers. In Kenya, we are lucky. We have the president. We also have the deputy president. We have a couple of cabinet secretaries, about 22 or 23. We have the prime cabinet secretary, a position that was created to cater for the Honorable Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi, who took part in the Kenya Kwanza campaigns in 2022. Even despite the president, while campaigning 2022, promising Kenyans that he will not dwell on positions, at least he tried to do this to please his friends. We also have the cabinet administrative secretaries, a position that is not even constitutional. Anyway, that is the government of Kenya. My point is, why is the government of Kenya at crossroads? Why are we having the president and his deputy speaking at cross purposes? Why are even cabinet secretaries, who are supposed to be apolitical, digging in, and some cabinet secretaries having the audacity to have their own opinion, therefore escalating the problem in government? The buck stops with the president. The other day, after the demonstrations in Nairobi on Tuesday, we saw the president address the nation. It was expected that the president would address the nation and pronounce himself to the issues and the fracas that had happened on that day. Now, this was Tuesday. Wednesday, the president called for the press to go to State House so that he can address the nation. Indeed, the notification was sent out to the media. Shortly thereafter, another notification was sent out to the media notifying them of a press conference, an address to the nation by the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua. Now here, we have the president addressing the nation. An hour later, 60 minutes later, his deputy is also addressing the nation. Ordinarily, in a functional government, the president will be flanked by his or her deputy or vice president on a matter like the one the president was addressing. But this time around, the president was at State House, his deputy was at his residence, official residence in Mombasa. Now, these are two leaders whom Kenyans expect to unite the country, put the nation together, and ensure that the government runs smoothly. So they spoke. The president spoke about the demonstrations, the protests in Nairobi, the invasion of parliament, and also went ahead to reject the controversial finance bill. Then later, the deputy president spoke about another issue which is so sensitive, touching on the security of the nation. And here, he launched a scathing attack on the person of the Director General of the National Intelligence Security, Mr. Nuruddin Haji. He said so many things about him, how incompetent Nuruddin Haji is, and why he should vacate office. This is a deputy president speaking about an officer of government, his junior in the pecking order. Now, the question is the president and his deputy reading from the same page? The answer is no, they're not. Yet, these are the people who are supposed to work together, walk together, read from the same script so that Kenya can stand. As we speak now, the country is at crossroads. There's a lot that is happening. There's a lot of anxiety. There's tension all over. Even movement in Nairobi has become a nightmare for motorists. There are some roads that have been cordoned off completely, especially the ones that head to State House, because there's tension. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe it is time the president decided that he wants this country to stand or to fall apart. We cannot afford to have a country that is disintegrated. The president has to unite this nation. He has to ensure that the country is united and everyone feels to be a part of this nation. If he doesn't do that, then we are going to have more and more confusion. We are going to have people talking, calling the president names, saying how he has failed to unite the country if he cannot even ensure that the government is united. His government that he leads is united. What about the common wananchi, the 54 million Kenyans? Mr. President, now the buck stops with you. Are you going to reach out to your deputy? And why is the deputy so defiant? This is a question, and that is my take.